Hey guys, it's Kurgan, and I'll be ranking every movie I've seen in the cinema this year in a sort of top 14 movies of 2017. Now, I'm not ranking them in from worst to best, because I don't think any of these movies are worst, because I had a good choice. I picked, I guess, not terrible movies, some really good ones, and then some not so terrible, except what you won. And I will be ranking movies I only seen in the cinema, not movies that came out this year that were on Now TV or Netflix, or that came out this year in cinema and I caught later, like John Wick Chapter 2, which was fantastic, or which came out on Netflix, like Bright, which doesn't deserve the hate it got. I'd give that movie maybe about a 7 out of 10. I thought Will Smith and the acting and the effects and everything, I thought it was really cool and interesting. I really enjoyed it. Probably because it was from the guy who made Suicide Squad, and I actually liked Suicide Squad. Yeah. So, let's do this. I've got them written down on my phone, because I probably couldn't remember all of them, because I've seen about 14 movies this year in the cinema, quite a lot. Had to remember all of them. But I got them all down here, 14 to 1. Gonna rank them. And let's do this. So, coming in at number 14 is Justice League. Now, everyone should know I did not like this movie. I thought it was rushed, boring in parts. Superman was annoying because he comes back. And Steppenwolf was a terrible villain who is made to be so weak by the end of the film. And I just did not enjoy it. And I gave it like a 5 out of 10. So, yeah. Number 14, least best, or pretty much worst movie of this year that I've seen. Number 13 is Ferdinand. I thought this was a really fun kids' film. John Cena is great as Ferdinand. Michael David Tennant is brilliant as Angus the Highland Cow. And I thought it was just a really fun movie. That's why I ranked it in front of Justice League, because I had fun watching Ferdinand. And I gave that, about a 7 out of 10? I like that. Next is a movie I did not do a review on, because my YouTube channel had not started by yet, but Beauty and the Beast. Number 12 is Beauty and the Beast. Now, I thought this was a brilliant redoing of the animated classic. I thought Emma Watson was brilliant as Belle. Gaston, Luke Evans as Gaston is brilliant, and Josh Gad as LeFou was fantastic and hilarious. Their scenes together were brilliant. I really, really liked it. And if I had to give it a ranking, maybe would give it a 7 as well. I thought it was good, but I really liked it, and the Tale as Old as Time, Your Beauty and the Beast song was really well done in this movie. It was a brilliant scene, beautiful scene, loved it. Now, coming in at number 11 is Pirates of the Caribbean, Salazar's Revenge. Now, I love the Pirates of the Caribbean films, and I do not think this is the best of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, but I still liked this film. I thought Javier Bardem was brilliant as Salazar. Johnny Depp is amazing as always as Captain Jack Sparrow. And the new cast members were great. Jeffrey Rush, great as Barbossa. Some people hate the reveal that the girl is Barbossa's daughter, but I didn't mind that. I thought it was fairly interesting. And the reveal at the end with, Keira Knightley coming back was brilliant. I really liked that. And yeah, so I'd probably give that as well like a 7.5, I feel like. Now, coming in at the top 10. Number 10, Kong Skull Island. This movie was a straight up just badass movie. The cast, the acting wasn't the best. The cast, I feel like they weren't given that much. Except for John C. Reilly. Everyone loved John C. Reilly in that film. His story was so intriguing and entertaining. You wanted to see him get good at the end. And Kong fighting giant lizards was just fun to watch. It was badass. And it perfectly set up King Kong vs. Godzilla, which I cannot wait for. And I'd probably give that like a 7.5 or an 8, because I really liked it. Now, number 9, Blade Runner 2049. I loved this movie. It was really cool. Great futuristic film. Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford, they're all really good in it. I thought it was a great sequel. I've not seen the first Blade Runner in such a long time, but I really liked Blade Runner 2049. And I gave it about an 8 out of 10, and I really liked it. Then next we got Jumanji 2. Love Jumanji 2. I thought the reason I ranked it, because I think I gave Jumanji 2 about a 7, I think. And the reason I ranked it in front of Blade Runner is because I thought Jumanji 2 was a lot more fun to watch. And I guess I could maybe correct my score on Jumanji, maybe give it an 8, but I thought it was a lot more fun to watch than Blade Runner 2049. It's a bit long, but I really liked it. Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, Jack Black, The Rock, they were all amazing in their roles. I loved it. So good. Even Nick Jonas, he was great in it. Loved the movie, so that is number 8. Next is the Lego Batman movie, which is just an amazing superhero film. The jokes are really well done. There's some adult-ish ones I don't think the kids would have noticed, but it was really good. Loved the Lego Batman movie. Will Arnett is brilliant as Lego Batman. It was really funny. I loved it. All the references, even like Lord of the Rings references, it was all amazing. I loved it from beginning to end. And I'd probably give that about an 8 out of 10. I loved it. Next, we have Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And what can I say about this film? It was brilliant. I loved the first Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. And I'd probably say that this film was possibly better because of just more action. And I thought Ego was a better villain than Ronan. And I loved everything about it, the jokes. Some of them maybe fell a bit flat, but I loved it. And Yondu was amazing in it. So many good musical scenes. Ego, great villain, that reveal at the end. He put the tumor in Pierre's mum's head. Oh, it's messed up. I loved it. I'd probably give it about an 8. An 8 out of 10. Loved it. Now, next we have It. This was the first review I ever did on my channel, and I loved it. It was a really, really fun, scary movie to watch. The kids and their chemistry was hilarious, and you loved them. Bill Skarsgård is amazing as Pennywise Dancing Clown. There's so many disturbing scenes, especially the opening with Georgie. And I loved it. I had really high hopes going into it, and it met them all. I loved it. And I think I gave it about 9.5. So that's why the next couple of movies, they're all 10s. And number 4, Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now, this movie is very divisive, I can see. People, some hate it. One of my friends hates it. Some people love it, like some of my other friends. But I loved this movie. They hated the way Luke was portrayed in this, but if you thought about killing your nephew and you felt like you failed everything, you literally spent your entire time destroying this big order of people who wanted to destroy the galaxy, and a new one showed up, you'd be a broken man. And I thought Luke was portrayed really well, and at the end, when we get the old school Luke back, it was a great moment, and I loved this movie. I thought it was brilliant. I didn't even mind the subplot with the Master Codebreaker, but I really liked this movie, and that's why, again, I'm staying with it. I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I just loved it. And now next, we have Thor Ragnarok. I loved this movie. It was amazing. It was so funny. It's the best of the Thor trilogy, one of the best MCU movies. It was just amazing. Korg is, again, the best thing about the movie. Chris Hemsworth is amazing as Thor. Everything, Jeff Goldblum, I loved it. Hela was a great villain. There's so much praise I can give this movie because it was just amazing, and the biggest 10 out of 10 I can give it. But it's not my favourite MCU movie. My favourite movie of the MCU is number 2, and that is Spiderman Homecoming. This is still my favourite Spider-Man movie. Tom Holland brought Spider-Man to life. The Spider-Man I really wanted to see. The teenage, in high school Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favourite superhero of all time, and seeing him on the live screen portrayed the way I wanted him to, I had a massive smile throughout my entire viewing of the movie, and I just loved it. Michael Keaton was amazing as the Vulture, and the reveal that Heath Ledger's dad is a brilliant reveal, and I absolutely loved it, and I give it big 10 out of 10, just big 10 out of 10. But it's not the best Marvel movie, it's the best MCU movie, but the best superhero film I've ever seen in my entire life, and number 1 is Logan. I can't put to words how masterful and how amazing this movie was. For 17 years, we'd seen Hugh Jackman portray Wolverine. And knowing that this was coming to an end, I was thinking, how are they going to do this? And, man, they did it so well. Just seeing everything go, Charles Xavier, seeing him die, and then Logan. Logan's death, with him finally finding peace, and finally coming to love his daughter, X-23. I absolutely loved it. I could not stop crying. I'm a man enough to admit I cried in this movie because I loved Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and seeing this character I grew up watching since I was a wee kid, seeing him grow and then finally die, it was heartbreaking. But I loved everything. The action, we finally got the Wolverine we wanted. Well, in this country, a 15 rated Wolverine, because I think in America it was an 18. Everything, I loved it so much. Action, the story was great, it was amazing. Hugh Jackman was the best character in the movie, definitely. He's the Wolverine we've always wanted, and then seeing him finally pass away in that final scene of the X getting placed at his gravesite is such a fitting send-off for such a great character. And I absolutely love this movie, and I could give it like 100 out of 10, a million out of 10, 10 out of 10. Number one, the best movie that I've seen in 2017. So there we go. Number 14 to 1. And I'm going to still rank them all for people who missed it. Number 14, Justice League. Number 13, Ferdinand. Number 12, Beauty and the Beast. Number 11, Pirates of the Caribbean, Salazar's Revenge. Number 10, Kong Skull Island. 9, Blade Runner 2049. 8, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. 7, Lego Batman the Movie. 6, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. 5, It. 4, Star Wars The Last Jedi. 3, Thor Ragnarok. 2, Spiderman Homecoming. And 1, Logan. There was a lot of good films that came out this year. And here's to all the movies coming out next year, like Black Panther and Infinity War. And I hope to still be doing reviews in the new year. And Happy New Year, guys. Have a good one. I'm the Car again, and I'll see you guys in the new year. Bye!